Neck is feeling somewhat better today. I have a lot more mobility than I have. We are going to discuss how to be a successful coach, because I get that question a lot, and what to look for in your coach, what to expect from your coach. First things first is when it comes to being a coach, you have to have a passion for it, and you have to have a drive for it. I personally have been into fitness, just the whole fitness realm in nutrition and diet for as long as I can remember. I just never took it serious until I started really applying it to my own life, and then I realized, oh, I really like this, and I wanted to help more and more people. So the key to remember is you're a walking advertisement of your business. You are the product of your business. So what you display is basically how people are going to see what you're able to accomplish and what you're able to offer. And not only because of how you look, but because you do have a passion for it, people are going to naturally be drawn towards that. They're going to naturally be like, ooh, I like that. Like, what do you do? How do you do it? Can you be my coach? It's usually how it goes. So you can't always just, half-ass it on yourself and only put in half the work on yourself and then expect others to want that or to come to you to train you. So you have to put in the work and the time for your own self before you can do it for somebody else, or before anyone would want you to do that for them. What it comes down to is knowledge, guys. Most of us go through specific programs to get our certification. Some of them are really just the basics, and some of them are way more involved. Depends on what program you go through. There's so many different ones. I personally have taken ISSA, and I actually love their program because it was all online, and I was able to really work with my schedule and complete the quizzes and the exams and things like that as I needed. But the thing with that is it was just basic information, and you have to really motivate yourself and put in the time, because most of us, when we kind of have the choice to just do it ourselves, we sometimes will slack off. So you have to be on it. So once I completed that certification, I didn't stop there. And see, that's a thing where most people make the mistake, is as soon as they got their certification, they think, oh, I'm certified, I got all this knowledge, I can do this and this and that, and everybody's gonna want to come to me because I have the certification. It doesn't stop there. And not all the knowledge that you need for your entire career is not gonna come just from that initial certification. You're going to still have to continue to educate yourself. A lot of the knowledge comes from experience, trial and error, and doing things with yourself and doing things with clients. And even to this day, I've been going on 4 years now of doing nutrition, and I still learn things to this day. And my clients, even they'll bring stuff to me, and my clients help me learn too. We all kind of like help each other. Even though I've been doing it for 4 years, I still learn stuff. I'm still educating and still going. Being a coach is continuous work. It doesn't just stop once the school stops. You're constantly, burying yourself in certain things. If there's something you don't know, you should learn it, and learn it before you start coaching somebody. That's where a lot of people make mistakes. They think, they either get nervous and they're like, oh my gosh, I don't know this, but they come off as if they did, and instead of just actually taking the time to educate and learn exactly what it is before they just put that forward. It's all about experimenting with yourself too. I'm always putting myself through my own programs and different programs and ways of doing dieting and training, just so I can experience it and see how it works for myself and how it works. I mean, actually know it firsthand. And so when I actually work with a client, I understand, I can relate, especially when somebody's like, something's not working for somebody, or they're complaining of something. It's good to actually experience what it is that your clients are experiencing too. And then once you've experienced all this, you have a better understanding of what you're offering to your clients, and it makes you that much of a better coach, and it'll help you be that much more successful with your clients. Most of us just go for the personal training aspect of wanting to be a coach. Not a lot of us put time or even go after the nutrition certification, just the nutrition part of it. Nutrition is hard. Diet is hard. Training, anyone can really get that down and do it, but when it comes to diet, that's where the work comes in, and that's where most people fail. I mean, that's the first thing I went for, was nutrition, before I did any of the training part of it. And training came after, because I realized how important nutrition is to overall, everything that we do in our life. I highly recommend, always having the nutrition education on top of your training, not just the training. And when you have those two combined, you're going to be so much more successful with your clients or a client as yourself than just one alone. Diet and training, they go hand in hand. You need to have a wide variety of different types of nutrition and different types of way of training, because not everybody is gonna fall into the same kind of diet plan and training plan. Not everybody's gonna like the same diet and training plan. So you have to remember, everyone's different and everyone's goals are different. So you have to be able to be flexible with that. Can't be stuck on just one diet plan and one nutrition plan, because there's a lot of people who are vegan, vegetarians, people who have allergies, people who have injuries. I mean, the list goes on of what each individual could have, and that's why you can't have the same exact program for everybody. You have to have that wide variety of knowledge and be able to be creative and be able to adjust and improvise in areas that you need to, like that, versus being like, oh, I have no idea, oh. Every chance you get, always research, always study, always be learning. The more knowledge you retain, the more comfortable you're going to be, the more confident you're going to be. So when you do talk to your clients, especially new people, you're not going to be like, and when they have questions, you're going to just be able to answer that right away without being like, and then making stuff up or just looking like you are just not an educated person. And that's embarrassing, and that can be bad for your business, and it's going to turn people away. And I know majority of you that are looking for a coach, when you feel like you know more than your coach, you're like, what? Always remember, knowledge is power, guys. Knowledge is power. I mean, when I have people who ask me all the time, they'll be like, oh, Jen, have you ever heard of this? Or have you ever worked with this or that? And if I haven't, I'm completely honest with that person and say, I don't feel comfortable training you because I don't have enough knowledge on this. And I'll actually take the time to go study it. Every time before I do a video, if there's something I'm not quite sure about, I actually research it and study it before I record it for you guys, because I want to make sure I'm putting out the correct info, and I want to make sure I know it myself. And it's funny, a lot of these videos that I do record, a lot of it I already know, and there's some things that I don't, and I'll research it and educate myself to be able to record it, and I'm always learning something new myself, which is really cool. And I think that's the point of life is if you're not always learning, you're not always growing, you're not always improving, I mean, what's the point? And so that's what I feel like this this lifestyle is awesome, is because I'm always growing. I'm always growing, not just physically, mentally. Supplements. Majority of coaches don't have any experience or any education on supplements, and I think supplements, because it is a big part of the industry, it's a big part of this fitness lifestyle. Majority of your clients are going to ask you suggestions, they're going to ask you about fat burners or pre-workouts. I mean, all these different supplements. Got to be educated in supplements too, and you need to be educated, because you never want to just like put out supplements and say, take this, if you have no idea what it's used for, how it's used for, I mean, how it should be taken. Timing is really important with a lot of supplements. Not only the ingredients and how they affect a certain person, it goes down to body type, it goes down to health conditions, it goes down to if people are on any other medications. You can't just be throwing in supplements with those factors at play. So it's really important to not only be educated in diet and training, but also the supplement aspect of it and people's health overall, so that you can better suggest and recommend what supplements would work according to the regimen that they're doing. And there's so much literature out there that you can go straight to the websites of the specific supplements that are being asked about or recommended, and so you have all that information right there, and you can just, I mean, there's just so much out there that it's just taking the time to educate and understand and retain that information, so you're able to pass it on. You understand what it is you're saying, you're going to be so much more successful in all aspects. Right now, social media is being flooded by coaches right now. Everybody's a coach, and the people who have actually gone through certification, gained the knowledge, and had the proper education are basically getting buried down, and people aren't seeing these actually real educated people, because you're getting flooded by Insta famous coaches. Fortunately, I mean, it's hard to know if a lot of these people are truly educated or not, because most of us are just going by the way a person looks, not by their background, by what they've accomplished, what they've experienced, what they've done themselves. I know some of these famous, Insta famous people have somebody else write programs for them. They don't even do it themselves. You don't really know what's going on behind the scenes, and it's really, really good before you just jump to someone and say, hey, coach me, just because you look good and I want to look like that, because you don't know what's really going on. A lot of people are being dishonest about how they really are achieving their look, and a diet and training program that they push at you is not going to get you to look like them. So it's really important to do your research, to even ask questions, you know, interview the person that you're thinking of having coach you. So it's really important to do that research before you just jump at somebody. If you're at loss where to even start by asking questions, this video right here can at least get you a little bit prepared on what to ask and what to look for. The most important things is you don't want to be put on a low-calorie diet where you're limited food options, tons of cardio, and weight training. If it doesn't change very often too, that's usually, it could be a cookie cutter plan. There's a lot of those out there. It's sad that so many people are more about the popularity and the money than people's overall health. Somebody like me and Zach, who own a business, we've been doing it for 7 years. We do we coach people in our hometown and sometimes even far, and we see this like that's evolving over the past few years, and how dishonest and how just fake these things are. And we feel so bad for these people that they're putting in all this money, and they're ruining their bodies and ruining their mental state. They're being put through something that's not ideal and that's not safe and that's not healthy for them. It's very frustrating. Yeah, it's very, very sad. I actually get a lot of people who come to me and said, you know, I've worked with so many online coaches, and you know, they expressed to me they like how real I am in my videos, and just the way I look, and that I don't promote just looking like a 7% body fat all the time. I'm gonna try one last time, and I usually will ask them questions, you know, what happened, like what kind of plan were they put on, what was their diet like. It's all about the same. They're all put on these very low calorie, food restricted diets with tons of cardio and tons of supplements. And that's about it. There's never ever changes, there's never adjustments, it's never put exactly to their body type. And then when they start asking questions, you never hear from the coach. And then when they're done with their program, it's like, what do I do from here? They're completely lost. They have no idea what to do, and then they end up gaining weight back plus more because their metabolisms are ruined. I mean, the list goes on, and it's so frustrating and so sad, because this is how the industry is right now. And you know, hopefully that will turn around someday. Okay. Obviously it is hot out here, because look at this. How attractive, Jen. It's okay, we all sweat. So excuse me if you have to stare at my sweaty armpits for the last few minutes of this YouTube video. So it's okay to question your coach, and if they don't have a good legitimate answer for you, or if you've done your own research and it doesn't kind of add up, then that's a red flag. It's just getting out there more. It shouldn't be just about being this model and, you know, looking good and having all these flashy photos and things like that. There should be more to it than just that. Having business cards on you at all times, so when you're out, you know, shopping, grocery shopping, getting gas, things like that, wearing just fitness clothes, you know, so that kind of gives people going, oh, what is she? Who is she? What is she doing? She must work out. And I get that question a lot when I'm out, because I'm always in gym gear. They're like, oh, what do you do? Where do you work out? You know, and that starts the conversation. And usually then you can hand out your business card to somebody, and it starts it from there. Opens that door and opens that opportunity for you to get a client, to you know, build your clientele. And it's always putting out that vibe, being social. Don't be scared, don't be nervous and avoid people. So that's where, you know, having good amount of knowledge and being confident, you know, being confident with yourself in the gym. So you never want to just avoid a situation, because if you are that way, then people who, you know, they want someone that they're working with to coach them. They want those people to be like drill sergeants in a way. They want to be told what to do. They want tough love, and that's usually how these whole things go. And then if you're currently in a place that you're not doing well, a certain gym or certain environment, maybe it's time to change it up. Time to go somewhere else. Sometimes a new setting, a new place is grounds for new motivation and excitement and inspiration and just meeting new people. So hopefully this is another awesome video for you guys and get some good information, especially if you do want to be a coach. If you are looking for a coach, you have a lot of info, a lot of tips to help you in the right direction with that. And thank you guys again for tuning in. Please like the video and please share it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I will see you guys next time.